It's the reunion special, Married at First Sight. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Oh, it was my last one and I missed it.
You passed it up, Heather.
No, I missed it on purpose. I have no high notes left in me right now. Welcome, guys, to the Married at First Sight after show. We're excited, but we're also sad because this is the last after show for we don't know how long, maybe 6 to 8 months until Boston hits the scene. So we're going to rock and roll and get started. Hi, it's me, Heather Yerrid. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Heather Yerrid. Desola, where can they find you?
Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Desola Balogun. That's the last time you hear me say that for a while, so take it in. Desola Balogun. You can find me at Desola_B on everywhere.
On everywhere.
Yeah.
Got it.
On
got
everywhere. I'm Tessa Cevaal. You guys can find me on everywhere at Tessa_Cevaal.
it. So let's get right to it. To me, personally, there was no surprise here. We are 3 for 3 again. Although I must say my prediction said 2 for 3. I am very pleased that I am incorrect. Although, at least from our fans that watch the show, they want us to dive right into the fact that it's been 6 months and Cody and Danielle have not had sex. Thoughts?
Killing the game already.
Uh-oh.
Honestly, it's not even that big of a deal. Like some couples, they don't have sex for a while, and they're still fine, you know. And then after the fact, they do once, and then they start doing it all the time. It really isn't that big of a deal, but it just seemed like it was because it was very repetitive, and they threw it in our face a lot, and also because the other two couples did it almost immediately.
Yeah, they did do it immediately.
Maybe they're just. Never mind. I was gonna say maybe they're more loose or something. You know what I mean? Like they don't care. They're more free about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
And Danielle is married. Maybe she's very like this is very sacred. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like she said, she's not in love yet.
Yeah.
You're not in love, it's harder to do sometimes.
I think it's very funny. It fits into the cliche that once you're married, you hear the joke, married couples barely have sex. So it's like, that is maybe normal for married couples. They're not having sex. It's 6 months, twice a year. Hey, if he's lucky.
Well, not even once. But let's hope that it's the opposite. Let's hope that when they finally do it, they just can't help themselves. And it's like in the car and in movies everywhere else. You know what I mean?
I think it will be.
I want your opinion, Heather. Why do you think they haven't had sex?
I'm not too sure that this is actually 6 months after. So that's my first thought. Like, they all kind of looked the same. And after 6 months, I don't know about y'all, but I change. So I was thinking, like, is this really 6 months after? But, I mean, that's just my opinion. And what do I think about the fact that they haven't had it or if they haven't? I mean, I have to be honest. Like, I don't think, I mean, I'm normally a waiter. I normally take my time, a lot of it, but that is because I have been, I was sexually assaulted twice in my past at 15 and 17, and I'm very, very nervous when it comes to sex normally. I have to feel, it's rare to feel instantly attracted to somebody. So the fact that they haven't had it yet in 6 months, to me is a little unsettling, but I admire that they are sticking with it. I mean, Cody, to me, I love him even more after seeing this episode because that takes a lot for a man at his age to not be having sex at all still. It affects your confidence. It affects everything. So that they're still together is a good thing. Yes.
They said they haven't had sex, but they never specified what that meant.
Oh, you mean like they had done oral or anything like that? Correct.
So who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, because if you're getting to other stuff, you might be okay. Like, whatever. You know what I mean?
And I do think they are. I think they are doing other things. I think they've hit second base and maybe hit third base. I'm not sure. I'm not going to ask. You don't have to share. But I do think that something has transpired for them to be consistent.
If they've done other things? Oh, yeah. I mean, at this point, it would be weird if they've done nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think it would be interesting.
We've never seen them even kiss, really, though, so...
But did you see the way that they were sitting at first, kind of like awkward, and then it was kind of like they were totally playing the three of them?
They were playing them.
And then right when they were like kind of let what was the question? Oh,
you married?
if they were still married.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah. And then Cody just
Yeah, they seem close, and he
and they
even
like were
answered.
touchy and like cozy with each other.
Yeah, and he answered. You know, I don't know the exact words, but it was like, "Is there intimacy there? Have you guys been?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, definitely." So
Yeah.
something is happening, and I don't know. I don't mean to interrupt, but are we doing the live chat? Is it too late to pull up the live chat? Desola, I know you normally
Live
own
chat.
that.
Oh my, I'm so
I
sorry.
know
I
you
didn't even
normally
bring it
own
up.
that.
Hey,
Jim,
you guys,
Jim
how's
in
it
the
going?
Jim in the booth. Are you able to pull it up, or is it too late?
Please pull up the live chat. You know, I'm gonna
If
get
you
on my
can.
phone
Okay.
also and just do it. So I'll respond to
Great.
you guys. I'm sorry about that. I
Awesome. No
apologize.
worries. I just thought about that. I think I felt it. Maybe I felt Deirdre
Something was
or something.
missing,
Something.
you know?
Deirdre. I
Deirdre.
think
She tweeted me before the show.
She's giving me her
Deirdre,
telepathy here.
I'm
so.
going to miss you so much. Thank you for tweeting us, and thank you for supporting us the whole time, and Nancy and everyone else who was always here
Yes.
every week.
Yes.
We really appreciate you all.
Yes. So speaking of Danielle and Cody, I was thrown off at first because Cody was speaking in past tense. Did anyone else notice that? That's the first thing I wrote down. Cody speaking in past tense.
What do you mean?
The way he was referring to the relationship was thought, was, and all of the things in the past. And I pay attention to things like that, the way that people talk. This is what they're foreshadowing. So I picked up on that. But when he said the feeling that he got in his chest and in his stomach when she walked down the aisle, I was like, wow, he got the butterflies. So in that moment, I was like, for him to feel that strong, that's where he's getting his strength from. And then they could potentially still be together. All right, live chat's up. Sailor Girl, Cody must be didn't see something. Oh, he must have blue balls, she said. Maps fans with us. Deirdre's with us. Hello, everybody. Hello. We miss you. We love talking to you.
Charlene Norwood, everyone is here. By the way, someone wants us to play out one of the scenes again. Just saying.
Oh,
They said
acting.
role play this, role play this scene and what happened today. So
We'll think
anyways.
about it. We'll think about
Yeah.
that. So was anybody on this panel shocked that Danielle and Cody were still married?
Yes.
No. I do the no only because
Oh.
you made a point, which is kind of what I said last week. I said that I felt like they kind of just didn't want to like embarrass each other on camera and say that they weren't together. I love them so much. They're like my favorite. I don't know why. I feel like they're very
'Cause they're real,
genuine
yeah.
and they're just and so I really want them to work, but I don't know. So I kind of felt like, are they really together? And wait, what was the question? I forgot.
Are you surprised? Your answer.
Oh, yeah.
Are they still together? Yeah.
Yeah, kind of, but kind of not.
Yeah.
I feel like after the cameras were to leave, they would be okay and they'd be like normal. But then once they said they still haven't had sex, that's why I'm kind of like, I don't know, are they together?
Yeah.
And also, I don't think they've been like together.
Yeah, you said that. What makes you think that?
Well, she said we haven't really been doing the work. Like we both got busy and kind of said like they went back to like their normal lives kind of thing, which makes me think they're not like living together. and
Did they
stuff.
ask that? Did the experts ask if they're living together?
No.
They didn't, but her answer kind of said it. She's like, yeah, like making a lot of time. We both go out a lot, so like seeing each other. They were saying all this.
Maybe
kind
that's
of stuff,
an
like they don't live
indication.
with each
All right,
other.
Danielle, Cody, we do want to know: are you living together or are you not? That's a big deal. That's going to
I'm
be
going
something
tweet
we
them
want to
right now
know.
and ask them that.
All right, tweet them right now. An audience live chat. If you guys have an opinion on what you think, let us know. Let's talk about Du Han Dynasty. From the gate, they walk in, lots of talking. Who's surprised that they're still together?
No one.
Yeah, no one. No, I'm not
Cricket.
surprised at all. I'm not surprised at all. Faith, ambition, and the desire for family. That, at the end of the day, is why the experts paired them for season 5, Married at First Sight. Nate's reaction to his wife when she's walking down the aisle. Damn. That's what he said. His first reaction was. He's been nothing but a light. Right, very easygoing, very much into this. I think that I was happy to hear him say that he agreed with his mother's perspective with her reaction at first, that it was the most realistic. What did you guys think about that?
I agree. I mean, she wasn't wrong for how she felt. Maybe the way she put it out there was a little, sour or aggressive, but it makes sense. Like, think about it. Let's put ourselves in their shoes. If your mom or, I don't know, your sister or brother or whoever came up to you and was like, hey, so I'm actually gonna get married to a stranger. Like, I have not met them yet. I don't know their name. I don't know anything, but I am going to marry them. We'd say, what the hell is wrong with you? Are you effing crazy? Like, that's what we'd say. Like, any regular person would say it. So imagine a parent would be like, what the hell? What do you mean you're gonna marry a stranger?
Yeah, my parents would be furious.
Yeah, so I don't think she's wrong for it. Remember, I keep saying, a lot of these people were like abnormal. I think the majority of the cast, minus Danielle and Cody, are like abnormal as people because that's not a normal thing for them to act the way they act with a stranger and to do the things that they do.
See, I completely disagree with that.
I don't agree.
I think what is abnormal, Sheila did say that this was her most healthy relationship she's ever had. That to me is different. I'm not going to say abnormal, but like that still is shocking to this day. But instant attraction does exist. The fact that Anthony had the dream, saw the A, got the flashlight, gave her the bracelet or the necklace, he foresaw that happening and there was instant attraction. That's what happens. And that is ideally what happens when experts match you. So I don't think that that's abnormal. I think that if you really pair people properly, if you can make properly, that is exactly what is intended to happen. And that's what we saw with at least 2 out of 3 of the couples. I even think Sheila and Nate were identical to A squared in that instant attraction. I don't think there was one hesitation from day one. Maps fan just mentioned this. Duhan Dynasty was committed from day one as well. I think that's a no-brainer. Both of the couples. And it's possible. So you don't believe in instant attraction?
No, I'm not saying that. No,
I'm
of course.
asking.
Everyone,
have you ever felt it?
Everyone's felt it in the sense of you see someone and you meet them and you speak to them and you just
that's physical attraction, but I'm talking about instantly.
I said you speak to them, so you like oh yeah, like there's something about this person I really like. But it's not regular to say, oh my God, there's something about this person I really like. Will you marry me? Let's move in together. Let's go on a honeymoon.
So when you know, you don't believe in that moment when you know.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying how fast everything was done is not regular. Obviously, it's a TV show, but the fact that they adapted so easily to it, in a way, kind of not, but kind of they did, Sheila and all them. But well, I'm saying, they kind of did, but they kind of didn't. But the way that they did was kind of a lot, kind of crazy, which takes me back to who they have to be as people. You know what I mean? They all have to be like impulsive people to do this.
Tessa, do you think that? Do you think it's abnormal or impulsive? Like the whole setup here? That they instantly hit it off like that it's something about...
No, that they got married on TV.
Well, we know that, but you're saying that they're you're saying they're abnormal.
That is abnormal.
I am with you. I do not think it is Wait. No, now I'm getting confused.
No, he's trying to change his tune. Just keep going, girl. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
I don't think it's abnormal that they had the attraction that they did.
Yes, agreed.
No, that's not.
But I also don't think it's weird that Cody and Danielle did not.
Correct.
I feel that it was all very natural.
Yeah.
The attraction is not what I'm talking about. Everyone has that immediate attraction with people sometimes. I'm talking about everything else, like the fact that Danielle and Cody never had sex, and the fact that they were just, a little iffy about each other. That's regular when you first meet someone. I'm saying the fact that the other couples like immediately were like, oh my God, I love you, that's weird.
And we're saying that we don't think it is.
I disagree with you in the sense that I feel that Anthony, Ashley, Sheila, and Nate took this as a literal, like, this is it. There is no turning back. And I sense that Danielle, more so than Cody, took this more as an experiment. Like, okay, I'm like 90% in, right? I feel like she was really close, and I don't know if she did think that, but that's what I sense because I saw that slight hesitation through the whole season, right?
Absolutely.
So I think she saw this as an experiment.
She used that word
more
a lot,
so than anyone else. They saw it as like, nope, 100%. Like, if this, like,
end all be all.
Yes. Yeah,
110%
I agree.
in.
I agree. I think out of all, Danielle was the one that was kind of 90. That's even might be a stretch. And that Cody, even his response when he talked about it, he was ready. He had his college time. He was playful. He had all that. Like, he was ready to have someone to come home to, have that partner. But it shows their strength that they still, they seem like they're on the best friends level. I just don't know how long it's going to sustain if they're not. Just to call out maybe the pink elephant in the room. Looking at the Instagrams, Duhan Dynasty and A Squared are consistently posting things with each other and about each other. Unless I'm missing something, I do not see Danielle doing that, nor do I see Cody doing that. Are you guys seeing that?
I've seen it before, but I will say, I think that the fact that they do post together is kind of what they're not supposed to do. You know what I mean? Like, if a show is airing and everyone's waiting to see if you're together, you shouldn't be posting any pictures together. So.
But even in the last week, I was expecting, at least my expectation was that they would be showing
I'm going
more.
to Instagram now.
Yeah, check it out. I thought that was surprising.
Cody and Danielle both post. They post a lot about like going out with other people and whatnot. But I don't know. But also, some couples just don't post about each other.
Yeah, that's true.
Some couples are just like, there's some people you don't even know that they're dating anyone, and they've been dating the person for like 5 years. you know, because they just keep it separate.
And they seem like that couple.
Yeah, they do. That it doesn't, they don't need to show that, and they don't need to do that. Let's talk about the difficulties and the challenges that all of the couples had. A Squared said communication. They were tiptoeing around throughout the whole season. Duhan Dynasty said fighting fair, right? Communication and fighting fair. I just want to take note, like, I'm very proud. I think you might have said this exact same thing. I'm very proud of Sheila for owning. She is owning every single thing that she does or that she did, even with the whole thing fighting fair. To me, how it makes you feel after arguments. Like she said, it hurts me that I hurt you. Right there, that's ownership, that it's her communication that's steering this in a negative direction. And her ownership of that and her commitment to being better is profound.
It was amazing.
It's rare. I mean, that is rare. I don't remember seeing that with any other seasons, like any other couples of the season. It was always a blame game. Always a blame game.
And the fact that she was able to, she said it numerous times in the interview, like pointing at herself, saying, like, I know that, she said, we both have a lot of growing up to do, but then she pointed at herself a lot. Like, I know I'm a lot, you know, I do this wrong, I do that wrong, in so many words. And the fact that she was able to own it without saying, yeah, it hurts me that I hurt you, but you know, when you do this, she didn't do anything like that. She was just like, it hurts me when I hurt you. I know I messed up.
Yep.
And I'm working on myself. Like,
and we saw that in Nate throughout the whole show. We didn't get to see those sound bites from Sheila, but maybe in retrospect, it's here. Maybe it was there the whole time. We don't know. But to me, they're a very, very, very strong couple. I mean, to be honest, not much to talk about outside of the fact that they're all still 3 married. I'm not really surprised. I am surprised about Cody and Danielle, but so thrilled that they're working. This, to me, has been the strongest season since season 1. And I want to congratulate the experts. I think we should give a round of applause to the experts. Clearly, they did something right. They did something right this time. And that's a beautiful thing. Anything else that y'all want to add? I mean, this has been really, really short.
I'm just looking. I'm really trying to see if they're going to respond, because I want to know if they're living together.
Okay.
That's one thing. But let's go to the chats and see. All right. So let's see what you all are saying at home. All right. So DJ Ricketts. Oh, no. Well, okay. She said this was random, but I already started it. Live chat game. They were having a game without us knowing.
Oh, no. She tweeted me about this.
Take a drink anytime. Number 1, when one of the hosts says someone's name in the live chat, they've been like 3 times. There are sound effects or role playing that happened quite a few, and they show rolls his eyes. Have I done it?
I
don't know if he's done
Probably.
it yet.
I do it like too much. So, all right. So, okay. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm trying to get some. Okay, Danielle doesn't show Cody on her Instagram much, so I don't think that they live together. Sailor Girl for Life said that.
Okay.
Married at First Sight fan said, nope, Duhan Dynasty committed from day 1. That is true, even though it was weird, but they did show a clip of Sheila crying when Nate was telling her like all of the stuff that he wanted their marriage to be at the wedding.
First day.
Which kind of goes to show what she was saying about never having a really healthy relationship, because maybe she never heard that kind of stuff coming from a man.
Maybe.
And she really like just broke down. So hey, that was cool. Sailor Girl for Life also said, I agree with Heather. Instant connection can happen. It can, but
That's right.
there's a lot more to
They
it.
surely don't get it.
Just saying. Jill Wagner says, Cody and Danielle were over when Cody said they should just be friends. You never know. Apparently not, but you never know. Mia J says, they probably don't live together. Danielle says she went on with their lives and didn't focus on the marriage, therefore no sex. She did say that. So, good point.
Owning it.
Let's get to a couple of more. Married at First Sight says, I think Danielle did it as another adventure.
Ooh.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, what do you, in comparison to what you saying that she was like 90% in, you think it was an adventure for her?
I just sense that more in her than anyone else, because I know everyone's different and they love differently, they fall in love differently. I just sense with her, if you're gonna do like a show like this and get married to a stranger, like you gotta be all in, otherwise it will not work out the way you like fantasize it will. You know what I'm saying?
But in their defense, I will just say, I've tried to point this out a few times, it would be really awkward and really hard for some people, many people, to go out there and just like put their entire lives out there.
That's what Lisa Case said. Lisa Case in the live chat, I can't see it anymore, but she did say she's rooting for Dandy. It's just a matter, she thinks there are 2 people that are terribly uncomfortable on TV. So we never know. And remember, keep in mind,
you remember
this is
that perfectly.
Oh,
That
did
was great.
I?
She actually wrote terribly comfortable on TV, but I think that was a typo.
Yeah, definitely. We have to remember too, it's now almost been a year. So they've been tweeting even before this reunion special that, oh my God, I can't believe it's been a year. So it looks to me, again, on social media at least, that Sheila and Nate and A Squared are still together because they're posting a lot of stuff together. So it's almost been 1 full year since they got married. And I mean, me personally, I'm excited. I'm glad we finally got a 3 for 3. I love love.
Oh, really?
Dude, I love love.
It's all right.
Yeah. You need to be.
Love's all right.
What I really liked about this whole season is we saw so much personal growth. They learned a lot from their spouses.
Would you say that this is the peak for you? So the peak of watching and experience a show and being an after show host for the show was that you saw a lot of personal growth?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I think watching relationships every week like this, too, you learn a lot about yourself. At least I did.
That's
Which
what
I wasn't expecting, which was very cool.
That's what I love about the show and being like a host on this after show. You really get to understand people's perspectives, and that's why the people watch it, to get to share that. And what would you say that was the pit?
The pit was I was bummed that the way the show is produced, it seemed to harp on one storyline with each couple, and couples and relationships are so dynamic. I wish we saw more than we did.
Okay, very good, very good.
For example, Cody and Danielle, they had the one storyline of not having sex, and I wish we could have seen other bits or other storylines with that was my one. I saw more.
Okay, Desola, pit. Watching the show and being on the being a host on the after show.
Okay, no. Pit. The only pit I would say is I feel like I really like the show, and I feel like I know these couples now, which is weird. I don't know them, but I feel like I know you because your entire life was broadcasted, and I was there every week. But I definitely think production-wise, the show was dragged out way too long. That was one of the comments I've seen every single episode on YouTube and everywhere. People would say, like, I totally love the show, but I stopped watching weeks ago because it's just they're showing us the same thing every single week.
Stagnant almost.
Like, every week it's like literally they'd go back to the same storyline and use footage from like the same footage all the time, but then just try to make something else out of it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I think the show was extended longer than it should have been. That's just coming from my perspective and all of the fans. Everyone mentioned that.
Sure.
But positive side, I just liked the show. I think it was very interesting. It's very relatable. Not the whole getting married, at first sight thing, but it's
Is that your peak? Is that your peak?
Well, I guess the relatability of it. I love
Great.
watching things that are relatable,
Yeah.
Stuff like, for example, I don't watch science fiction things because it can't happen and I just don't like it.
Yeah.
But something like this is like we can all look at our lives and say, oh, wow, like if I was in that situation, I probably would not have reacted that way. Or I would have been 10 times worse, so I understand where they're coming from. So I love that part about it. What was your pit? What was your peak?
Let's see here. My pit was knowing the outcome. I mean, because it was just so blatantly obvious with some of the comments on Twitter and comments on social media that, like, I mean, intuitive or not, I am intuitive. I mean, it was just obvious. It made me excited because I love love, but at the same time, that's the whole reason I watch the show. I want to see, are they going to make it? What are the struggles? What keeps them going? So knowing that outcome was kind of like, because again, it was a no-brainer to me. I mean, I was like, oh, we have a trifecta before Nate and Sheila even said that they did, and some people tweeted me back and was like, we haven't seen it yet, but like, it was just a no-brainer, but I loved that. I loved that she changed her name. I love that A Squared got in the storyline and talked about signing a lease before it was over. But to me, I was like, okay, they're together. Yeah, the only moment was Danielle and Cody. Like, were they going to stay together or not? So that was my pit. If I had to pick one, I am absolutely in love with the show. So I loved everything about it. My peak is exactly this. I love talking about relationships. I love relationship coaching. I love coaching people and the relatability and seeing the dynamics of couples and hearing your all's perspectives and hearing their perspectives and getting that magic of like what love really is and being able to just share different perspectives with the public to maybe help them in their relationships. Like, that is just so fulfilling. And like, I love it. I love every minute of it.
Look at her smile, guys. Look at her smile.
So I have a question for all of you and you at home also. Why do people want love so bad? Some people really want love and they like, it's in them. Like, that's all they want in their life. Why is it that people want love so bad? each one of you, I want you to answer, like, why is love so important? And I'm not talking about love with like family members, but I'm talking about relationship. Like, why?
I mean, my answer is like, we are love, right? We are born in love. Like when we are born with the light inside of us. So at the end of the day, everything, the energy in us and everything that encompasses our world and our relationships is love, unconditional love. So it's like this game of being born into the world and conditional love, and we're conditioned to not love ourselves and not love other people. So to me, it's a subconscious like awareness that deep down in our core, we know we are love, but we are quote unquote robbed of it or conditioned to not believe that it's truth, that it's real. And just faith, right? Undeniable faith and belief that the fact that we are loved, to me, is in everyone's subconscious, which is why they secretly yearn for it. That's the positive perspective that I have on it.
I want both perspectives, but
what do you think, Tessa?
I've seen a lot of people in love throughout my entire life. So for me, seeing that, you want it. And when you have it and then you lose it, you realize how great it is. That's for me. I've been in love twice. And I think once I had it, I knew what I was missing out on when I didn't. And when you see it, at least for me, maybe I'm just a jealous person in that aspect, but I want it. Because I think when you really are in love and you really know what it's like, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. What do you think?
I've never been in love ever in my life. I don't think. No, I haven't.
You would know. I think you would know.
You would
So
know.
for me, I'm kind of opposite, which is why I asked the question, because like for me, I'm relationships and things like that just aren't important to me, not at this point in my life. Obviously one day I feel like it'll be important, but as of now it's just kind of like to me it doesn't really matter, you know.
Sure.
So when I see people who like we all have the friends who are like serial daters, you know what I mean, who like every
like
month they have a
90%
new,
of my friends.
you know what I mean, like they always have a new person, and it's like what's wrong with you, like why do you always need to be with someone?
Well, that's
you know
codependency.
what I mean?
That's a whole nother
But
theory
I'm
that I
saying,
won't
but there's a
go
lot of people who really want that. But then on the other hand, it's like, well, what's wrong with you? Why don't you want that? You know?
Yeah.
So for me, it's just, I don't know. I don't really think it's a big deal, but I haven't been in love yet.
Yeah,
so
it'll hit
maybe
you. It's gonna knock you off your feet one day.
You know, fall in love. That even sounds
I think it's
weird
great
to
that
me
you're not.
to say.
I think it's good that you're not like hyper focused on it. When you are hyper focused on it, you ain't gonna get it. And if you do, it's not authentic. It's when you let it go and you let that ship sail that it comes. And that's what I admire about these couples. Like they had a lot of moxie to take a risk. And as Nate said, like, to me, I was like, ugh, who would do that? But then he was like, if I can actually find that person, it's worth it. And that is taking that leap for love. So I think that that's good. And I think that the fact that I was the same way when I was your age, it just wasn't a matter for me. Like I was like, okay, I have to be successful. I want to make something of myself. I want to leave my mark.
Literally, that's
and
my
I did.
mindset.
I mean, yeah, that was it. And that's phenomenal. That's healthy. You will find love better than anyone else for that reason. Trust me. So that's a beautiful thing. Just real quick, Lisa Case, again, it scrolled up and we'll try to, I don't know who Karar has found. Hi, I'm the Arabic guy. I love you. I guess he's probably talking to you about that. Lisa Cates asks, is there a second reunion? From my understanding, there is no second reunion. I know that there's been some tweeting about it, but I'm under the impression that this is the only reunion special, at least that's been publicized to date. So I just wanted to address that real quick. Sailor Girl says, some people are addicted to that high of a new relationship. Absolutely. I call that being in lust, not necessarily being in love.
I like that.
Yes.
Jill Wagner says, oh, I like the love thing Heather is throwing, so she's all for it. Sailor Girl says, we are pack animals. We need others to feel that connection.
It's a human necessity. That's what in positive psychology, scientific research shows that we are built to crave human interaction. So that is accurate as well.
Yeah, but I feel like there's a difference between like loving someone as a friend
Exactly.
or a family member as opposed to being in love with someone.
I mean, I love all my family members and friends, you know, like I love my mom, you know, but loving someone else is just like, I don't get it. You know, I'm not there yet, but I don't get how people can be so
You'll see.
like,
You'll see.
you know,
One
so,
day they should.
Yeah, they
so
shall
serious
You'll
about
see.
it. But
You'll see. Oh, I'm so excited.
I get
can't
so
wait to hear that story.
irritated with the. I feel like, you know, it's like, can you imagine?
No.
Sometimes I see people who are in love, and it's
How
just
are
like,
you on this after show panel if that is your response to
Well,
love?
well, no.
It balances us out, Heather.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, I'm like the other 30% who are over here like, really in love, like after one day, you know, like.
That's all right. I feel like most people secretly feel that way too. So other than that, anyone else have any other opinions? We clearly don't have any more predictions because the predictions are over because we have completed season 5 of Married at First Sight. So any final thoughts that you want to share before we close this out for the last time?
I hope the best.
Yeah.
Yes, and I hope
For
you
them.
all fall in love, all of you at home who are on YouTube. I hope you find that one person who's for you, I guess. Or, and also, couples, I hope you stay together.
Yeah.
Danielle and Cody, I'm rooting for you because you are 100% my favorite. You guys are nice, very genuine, and just, I don't know.
Good people.
Yeah.
Good,
I like you.
objective
Yeah,
people.
shout out to Cody because he was so awesome throughout this whole season, interacting with us, super positive.
Yeah.
Really liked getting
Extremely
to know you.
nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Best of luck to all the couples. So let's close it out. Tessa, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on all social media at Tessa_Cevaal.
They
You
show
can
up?
find me on Instagram at Desola_B.
And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Heather Yerrid. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap. Married at First Sight, Season 5. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next year.
Thank you.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
DJ says.
I'm sorry.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.